This is Wave 3, Louisville.
We thought we'd take the opportunity for 1989 to just give you an idea of what a lot of the Wave 3 facilities look like. Here today in Wave Country, it's kind of quiet this morning. But first off, this is the news set. This is where Hugh sits, and we got the wonderful skyline in the background. And the set's been here for about 3 years. This is our couple of couches and some books. Let me give you a real close-up of this book now. This is quite interesting. This is half an encyclopedia. We're kind of short on room here, and so we had to cut all the books in half in order to get them all on the set. This is our kitchen set. Most everything in the kitchen works except for the stove, the refrigerator, and the oven. Everything else works. No, this doesn't work, this doesn't work, but we got a new set coming, and when the new set comes, we'll have all those things that will work. Back over in this area is our demonstration area. It's a little dark right now. This will do car commercials and bears and bulls that fall. Following on back this way, this is our prop room, prop area, ladders, microphone stands. This is some graffiti. It says W-A-V-E. Back in there is a big old garage. This is our news studio. See the red light on? Red light? See the red light? That means it's on air time. And this is where they do the news with Jackie and Don and the whole gang. Right over here is where John Belsky does his weather. Well, actually, John does his weather outside, but when they're inside, if it's too bad outside or some problem, this is where they do the weather. This is a blue background. It's called chroma key, which means they superimpose the weather graphics, the radar, whatever, on top of this particular blue background. And these monitors right here show the weather guy what they look like when combined with the graphic, and so they can see right there where they need to point. But actually, there's nothing there at all. These are all the weather knobs and gadgets, and none of those work. But we'll show you the ones that do work in just a minute. Now let's back over to the newsroom. Let me pull back around this way to the camera. And this is the news set. That picture, those are just pictures, not really live. This is where Don Schroeder, no, this is where Jackie sits. Oh, yeah, that's nice and soft. Don sits there. Don's seat is pulled way down because he's kind of tall. This is Belsky's because the hairspray is down there. So I know that this is where Belsky stays. Bob Dominy sits right over here. Let's see if you can shoot a picture of Bob Dominy over here. And he sits in this area. We know that because they have some jacks and cards and stuff down there. So that's how we know that Bob Dominy sits there. Just kidding, Bob. A little humor. This is a ladder. This is our station ladder. We climb up this. No real reason. We just have it here in case somebody wants to climb up the ladder. Back over here is a mirror. This is your basic mirror. Pat Bricoli, our photographer. You want to wave at him, Pat? Okay, this is Tammy, and Tammy's our grip today. She's carrying the tape that you're seeing, and this is a mirror that Don and all the gang that they look at this mirror prior to coming on the air, so that their hair, doesn't look like that, or they don't have the alfalfa look. They want to look very nice, and this is a station requirement, actually. Tammy, you're showing off. That's okay. Now back over here, you stay right there, but this is a teleprompter over here. We run the scripts, and so they can read them in front of the camera. This is stairs, and it goes up. We don't know exactly where that goes up. We had a person. That's where Pat sleeps. We had some people walk up there one day. They never came down, so nobody's gone up there since. This is the director's. Let me get my microphone cable. This is the director's booth, the engineering area. I guess let's start in master control. Let's start master control. Come on around this way. Now, I know when you're at home, you hear the commercials come on, and they're louder than the regular programming. This is where that is done, okay? This is where they turn all the... Hello, Joe. Say hey, Joe. Okay. You don't really turn the commercials up when they come on, do you?
No, we don't really turn the commercials.
It's just the way they're produced. Is that right? Okay.
Way on tape.
That's right. Way on tape. And this is where master control. Everything that goes out on the air has to come through this area first. Some things we don't want to come through this area, but they come through this area anyway. Tammy, you step right on over there. Let me get my microphone cable out of the way. Now we're going to go into to the engineering area where we have tapes. Let's see if we can turn the lights on here. Turn these lights on. There you go. Now this area right here is where we put all the name supers and all the misspelled words. They're created right here. In this area, we have all our commercials. This is Teen, and she's chewing up 1-inch tape, syndicated programs, commercials, and this, that. They come in on those particular kind of tapes. Now this is the baby. This is the machine that pays my electric bill. This is where all the commercials are put in. And this is what a commercial looks like. This is a Time Life Vietnam. You've seen that 2-minute commercial they run late fringe programming. This is the commercial that runs that. So if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't be here today. Then way back over in this area, a little difficult to see. Ray, you want to wave to us way back over there? Can you get a picture of Ray? Wave at us, Ray. Ray is running a 2-inch tape, and over here you can also see film projectors, slide projectors, all this equipment. Very, very interesting. All right, now follow me on, Pat. Let's go this way. We're going to go into the director's booth now. This is the heart. This is where it's really happening. And this is the man that makes it really happen. Now, I call him Dan the Man, and he doesn't like me to call him that, so I'm not going to do that anymore. But I'm going to turn the lights on if I can. You get a picture of Dan Stanley. You hear his voice. Dan, say something over the microphone.
Hello, Larry.
Okay.
Hello, Larry. Stand by, Larry.
Stand by. And this is the director, Dan Stanley, and he punches all the cameras and the videotapes and all that. If it were not for Dan, the program would be much better. No, I mean, excuse me, the program...
Fade to black.
Fade to black. Well, let's fade to black. Let's fade to black. Get up there and show people how to fade to black, okay? Okay, ready? 1, 2. We're going to get a close-up of that, all right? And fade to black. And we're now in black. And now we're going to go back up. And we're back into live action. Isn't that amazing what television can do? These are where the producers sit right here, the directors, the people that tell Dan what to do when Dan is doing the news at night. But in the morning, he does it all. We can't afford to have people back here. This is a cheap program. Just kidding, it's not. And this is Mike,
Especially the host.
Especially the host, that's right. You've seen my check, have you?
Yeah.
This is Mike.
Mine.
Mike runs all the sound equipment. Mike, where's my microphone?
Right there where it says Larry.
Okay, this is my microphone right here. What happens if you turn that down, Mike? Then all of a sudden... Back there, turn it back up. Thank you very much. We don't want to kill everything. This is a neat board. Do you understand every button on this board?
Sure.
Yeah.
Every one of them.
Good.
I'm an expert.
Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas to everyone.
Even though this is showing after Christmas. And let's go out. Is it the right door? This is the right door. All right. Coming on through here.
Hey, watch it, man.
Down here's the hallway, and then you turn right or you turn left, and we're not sure which one leads to which, but that's the way we go. Now, this is the newsroom. This is the Wave 3 newsroom. Again, this is the hub of the activity of the newsroom. This is where it all happens. Right over here, we have our news director. He's waving at us there. Smile for us. There you go. See a smile. That doesn't happen all the time, and we're glad that he smiled for us this morning. Sandy, this is Sandy, news director secretary. She does everything. She, if you have a problem, you go to Sandy. And these are all the cubby holes. Is there anybody over there in the cubby holes that would like to stick their head? Oh, there's Melanie Bullard. There's Gordon Boyd. Oh, look at that. Everybody's here. Anybody over in the back?
What is this for?
This is, we're going to blackmail you, Greg. Okay, come on down. Those people are working on their, reports for this day. Is this Jackie's chair? This is where Jackie sits. Jackie doesn't come in until 5 minutes before the show. Everybody else does everything else, and then she does her show. That's not true. We're taping this early in the morning. She gets in about, what time? About 12 o'clock she gets in? 12, 2, 3, 4, something like that. She comes in, and this is where she sits. Everything we do is on computer. You see the computer there? I can't run it, but everybody else around here can run it. This is Carol Grady. Say hello, Carol.
Hi.
Oh, hi.
Merry Christmas or Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Whenever.
This is after Christmas, right? And this is where Hugh Finn sits, right here. Hugh Finn normally sits right here. That's his computer. He prepares the morning programs. And then way over there, you see all the edit booths. That's where they do all the editing. Here's the sports department. Let's get a quick shot of the sports department. Just a quick shot, because it's kind of messy over there. Is it messy? No, it's not too bad. That's the sports department. Of course, this is early in the morning, and no sports is happening right now, so they're not there. One more visit, and then we're through. We're going to visit the weather office with Tom Wills. Hello, Tom.
Hello.
How are you this morning?
I'm doing fine. How about you?
Doing fine. We've taken a tour of the station. Can you give us a quick tour of the weather office?
Well, we see over here our radar screens and our graphics computer we use for putting together the information we show you on the newscast on the air. And behind us, over there, which we can't see right now.
Yeah, we can, yeah, right over here.
The machines that bring in the raw data. This is the maps machine over here and data over there, which tells us what we need to know to make the forecast.
Fantastic. That's great. We want to wish everybody a Happy New Year, this being the day after New Year. Look right in the camera and do it.
I'll say, Happy 1989.
And thank you for joining us for this quick tour of the Wave 3 studios.
Hi there, welcome to Wave 3 News. I'm Shannon Kogan, one of the anchors here. And did you know that Wave 3 is the oldest television station in Kentucky? We signed on in 1948. We're also the first station in the U.S. to present a live telecast of the Kentucky Derby. So come on, I want to show you around inside and introduce you to some of the people who make the news here every day possible.
Hi everybody, I'm Chief Meteorologist Kevin Harnett at Wave 3 News, and I work with a great team of meteorologists. We're all scientists here, and it's our job to predict the weather. We spend our day looking at computer models like this, determining what the weather is going to be like, and then creating graphics so we can show you what it's like on TV. That's the biggest part of our job. The next part and the shortest part is giving it to you at home from the green screen. What do you say we take a look in the studio? Come on. And remember the graphics we were working on in the back? When we complete them and the show is going on, we come out here to sit for Wave 3 News, and our graphics are out here in front of us, our computers are here, and it's time to present what we've been working on all day, an accurate forecast and the graphics we've made to the folks at home. And we do that from what we call a chroma key or a green screen. And it takes those graphics that we've been working on, and it says wherever you see the color green, replace it with that image. And that's why the graphics show up behind us. Kind of a neat trick, TV magic, if you will. That's a day in the life of a Wave 3 News meteorologist. Now you have a better understanding of what we do.
I'm Laurel Mallory, and this is the assignment desk. This is where the news begins. We listen to scanners and spend a lot of time on the phone with people trying to figure out what's going on. We also answer viewer questions and communicate with all of our crews in the field.
Hi, I'm Curtis Tate, and I'm a director here at Wave 3 News. I sit here during the newscast, and the producer sits behind me here in the control room. And during the newscast that you see at home, I have monitors that I look at. I also have a bunch of these nice, cool buttons that I have to push during the newscast. I communicate with the floor crew who run cameras, they run teleprompter, we have a Chiron operator, and we also have an audio operator. So these are the things that go on behind the scenes when you watch TV news at your home. And it's during the crazier parts of the newscast is when we have the most fun here at Wave 3 News.
Hey guys, I'm Molly Lundy. I'm a producer here at Wave 3 News, and this is the lineup of my show for the day. I decide which stories are important for our viewers, whether it be news, weather, or sports. I also write and time out all the news that you see on TV every night.
My name is Natalia Martinez, and I'm a reporter here at Wave 3 News. And my favorite part about doing my job is meeting new people and telling stories.
Hi, I'm Steven. I'm a photojournalist here at Wave 3 News. This is the camera I use every day. I take this out in the field and we record all of the video and audio elements that we need. And then we bring it back here to one of these computers and we load everything on here. This is where we edit all of our video and all of our stories together. It may only look like a minute on screen at home or online, but it actually takes a lot of elements and time to produce all that into one story. I love my job because every day is something different. I get to meet a lot of new people and I get to tell their stories, and that's a pretty cool job to have.
I'm Scott Reynolds. This is where we do Wave 3 News every night. Shannon and I will be standing behind this set for 3 newscasts every day. And if you come on around, you'll see we have 3 studio cameras here in this big studio. And there will be a floor crew here telling us what camera we're on when we start talking on a story. Sometimes, if they're busy, we still have the lights on the camera to tell us that we're on. There's also a red mic light up there on the wall, so we know when our mics are turned on. And on top of that, we wear these things called IFBs. They're interrupts, little earpieces we put in, and then we can hear if the producer says in our ear from across the way in the control room that we need to go to weather because Kevin has a new tornado warning that he has to give right now, or maybe a story is being added to the news or dropped from the news because we're running too long. So these earpieces are crucial, and sometimes they talk to us during the newscast. And then we have big monitors throughout the studio where we can stand in front of and show you certain video, or maybe a live reporter will pop up behind us and we'll toss to them as they give their report from the field. We hope you've enjoyed this tour of our Wave 3 News operation and learned a lot about the news you watch here on Wave 3 News. From the lights to the floor, we're sporting an entirely new look right here on Wave 3 News. And we thank you for joining us here for Wave 3 News at 5:30. I'm Scott Reynolds, in tonight for Dawn G. Our new home has been under construction for the last several weeks, and Wave 3 News anchor Shannon Cogan joins us now to show you how it was all done. I know we didn't have the hard hats on. We stayed clear of this place for a while.
And that's a good thing.
Yes.
Like, this looks great, so worth it, and we've been recording the entire thing so that we could show you what went into making all of this possible. This wasn't a small job, but a floor-to-ceiling renovation. Everything in the old set came out. It had been there since 2007. The floor since the early 80s. And that lighting grid had been in place since Dwight Eisenhower was in office, 1959. Yep, it was time. First, our new floor went down. It's a high-gloss black. Then all the pieces of the new set were brought in. A lot of thought went into the colors you see. We wanted them to reflect where we live, so we chose warm, earthy tones. Even the stonework was custom designed to match patterns that are seen throughout Wave Country. In fact, it might look very familiar to those who go off into Cherokee Park. The Bridgestone there is the inspiration. And welcome to our new set. We're so excited about this. And one of the first things that you probably notice as you look around here, all of the monitors. And let me show you this area that we're going to be using. This is what we call Big Area Monitor, or BAM. And this is 18 46-inch monitors. So we can put one big image or video in here like this. You can see we're getting ready for the Olympics in Rio. Opening ceremonies Friday evening. Or we can show an individual image or video in each monitor. And this is where the anchors will be standing here. Behind me, we have 5 70-inch vertical monitors. And these are going to be really terrific because we can put in these live videos. So for instance, if there's severe weather or breaking news, we can show you at home what's happening right away. Or we can put a picture in like this beautiful shot of downtown Louisville taken by a local photographer. Michelle Sievers is her name, and you can follow her on Instagram at PhotoFem. And as you know, here in Wave Country, weather is so important and it can change so quickly. So this is the Weather Center. This is where Chief Meteorologist Kevin Harnett and his team will be set up. Now, in the morning, we have 2 meteorologists who will be working to make sure that you know everything you need to know to get through the day. And then in severe weather situations, we have 4 different locations for meteorologists right in this area. Everything in our new set was designed with one thing in mind, to help us tell you stories better and to create a set so that when you welcome us into your home, you too feel right at home. And that is it. And I'm impressed at how fast it got done. The total construction time, start to finish, was 5 weeks. Try duplicating that at your own house, right? Because it turns 5 weeks into 5 months. But yeah, it looks great. And those time-lapse videos, aren't those amazing?
That is incredible how you can show it all in such a short period. And being a reporter, I'm going to have to ask you the total cost, although I don't think you're going to reveal that.
No, I can't.
But it wasn't cheap. I mean, this is a massive project.
I mean, to buy one of those monitors, you know, that's some serious cash.
That big area monitor, that's our Super Bowl party here at Wave 3, don't you think?
That'll be a good party.
It would be nice.